the channel. There have been requests to me to explain about the Minitab and also explain about how the same Minitab, whatever the activity we do, the same thing how it can be done in Excel. So I picked up a few data as you can see here. I wanted to measure, let's say these are all the line numbers. Let's say you have 25 lines or 25 operators, you may call it. So for this one, there are different outputs. For example, 8 to 9, you have an output of 100, and 9 to 10, you have an output of 98, and so on. So these are all the data set I have. I have a data set of 25 data sets I have, and I wanted to measure the what is the maximum range, what is the minimum range, and what is the difference range, and also I would like to measure the average, grand average. To do that, the first I will do it in Excel, and the same thing you can do it in the mini tab also as well. So in Excel, let's say I wanted to measure, this one, the line number one. So what you do first, you take an average. Let's say I'm giving an average here, and average just like this, you can apply the formula of average formula, and then you can just select these five values and then drag and drop of these things. So you will get this one. So this is the average, you got it. Let's say I'm just differentiating in some color, and then I wanted to measure the range. So before range, you know the formula, right? So range equal to maximum minus minimum. So there are two ways of doing it. So either you can do this way, you can just find out separately, or you can do it together also as well, no problem. So let's say, and then range difference or range. Okay, let's say this is also one of my output. I'm just differentiating in some color. So max, so what is the maximum value in these first data set is 1 or 2. Of course 1 or 2 is a maximum one. And what is the minimum value? You can just drag and drop, you can double click it, the value will get populated. And then you can also do the same thing for minimum also as well. So min, I'm just taking these five values. So minimum is 90, I'm just double checking it. So you can drag and drop. So the difference between max and minimum is range, so equal to these 1 or 2 minus this one, so 12. So like this you can find out this all these values. So one interesting thing, so this is something called individual average value. What you can see is individual. So I just compare these five value, that is one data set I compared and I got this value. So if you wanted to compare all these value, that is called grand average. So in in Six Sigma language, what we call it is X double bar, right? So for example, I wanted to find out an average of this one. So so all of these put together is called grand average, 97.35, right? So let's the same thing let's do in Minitab. So what you need to do is Minitab. Before I go into Minitab, Minitab actually we need to have everything in column wise. So whatever the data we need to have, so we need to put every data in column wise. So I'm just selecting these values and just populate. It's already pasted here. So let me paste it one more time, or I will take a new. So just copy paste. So these values have been copy pasted. So I need to measure out how much, what is the average value and what's the grand value. So before that, you all know that actually if your sample size is 5, so more than 5, then you can use X bar, right? So to do that, you can go to start, and you have a control, you have a control charge. In the control charge you have variables one, so these are all your variables, right? And then you have something called x bar r chart. X bar meaning like grand average range chart. So average and range chart, so we wanted to find out average as well as range. So have a go and click it. So it says like there are two ways. All observation for a chart are in one column. If you have that one, you can select it. Observation for a subgroup are in one row of columns. So I'm just selecting from the beginning. So you can select like one and then shift down arrow. You will be able to select all these values and then select. And you can also give x also as well, because what we have selected 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11 is all data value, but we want x also as well, right? So to do that, go to scale, stamp, and then select scale. Example, double click on it, the value will come here. So this is you can find it here actually, like very easily it will give in the Excel in the menu tab. Where here you can see that actually like this is the line we have. We have 25 lines. In that 25 line, the first one depicts the mean value. The other one depicts range value. In the mean, you can see that line number one, what is an average? So average is 97.4. So go back to Excel. 97.4, right? So the next point is 96.2. Let's see what is here. 96.2. So it will be much accurately you can do that, and much faster and efficient way we can do that. So this is my grand average, that x double bar, my grand average is 97.35. So this is x bar meaning like just an average value. This is called x bar. If I wanted to find out all these values average, like you can see here, all these 925 data set values, 97.35, right? So this is here 97.5. X double bar. X double bar represent the grand average of all these values. So it also has drawn up something called LSL, lower specification, lower limit and upper limit. In the lower limit 91.95, that's the lowest value you have in this data set. Highest value is 102.75, that is the USL. And then all the values are well within the limit. That means we don't have any special cost to it. Let's come back to range now. So range is here is 9.36, and the first range is how much is the difference? 12. So you can do the same thing in Excel also as well. So that's what we did it right here. So 12. So max minus min, you will get the range value. So and all these grand average of all of these values are 9.36, and this is in this also as well. It goes to show that we don't have any special cost. Let's say we have some special cost coming in. Let's say in this line number one there is a breakdown happen. Let's say 0 and 0 I'm giving it. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to, there are four useful tabs you will get to know. If you wanted to select the data, just go to worksheet. Okay, in the worksheet, so I would like to give, just for sample and study purpose, I wanted to give 0. Here also 0. Okay, and then you can just come back to that chart, or you can drop for here also as well, anything is fine. Start quality, control charts, variable subgroup, and X bar. So the same thing, X bar, I'm just double checking it. Okay. So here you can see that this is completely out of the range. This is called a special cause. So just to depict that anything which is beyond this one, this is called a special cause. We need to figure out the cause and then come back and have a study that. So this also gives that actually how many data points we have, which data point we have, and all these it will the analytics much quicker and faster. Let me go back and change the value. Let's say 102. I'm giving 98. Here also I'm giving 102 and 98. So I'm just going to start control charts subgroup, and I'm gonna go for X bar double bar, and this here we go. Click. So this is the value. That means this data is pretty much normal, and it is well within the USL and LSL. The range also well within the USL and LSL. So there is also, I would like to tell it, actually there are three useful tab you can use it. The one which I use it, the spreadsheet, where you can go and click the data and then come back here, and you can update the graph automatically. So that means you can change the data. You don't need to update it every time. So when you update it, update graph automatically. When you, for example, let's say you wanted to change here some data, you can go to data and then change the data and then come back and have it do that. Come back and update automatically. It will get updated automatically. Yeah, that is one tips. Another one is actually you can also get to know the what is that the background calculation and so on. And this is one useful tab, edit last dialog box. That means you can have a go and click it. So this is also one useful tips you have, useful element we have in the menu tab. So this is and also again you can do all this formatting. For example, let's say you wanted to, okay, you can give it date 26 May, 25 lines yield, and you can give that one, and you can give all the coloring and all that. I think okay. So I'm just going for some font like Arial. That's fine. Yeah. So you can also do that way also as well, like thereby you can do that coloring and all that you can do. And the same thing, if we wanted to copy graph, and you wanted to have it in the Excel, you can do that also as well. And then all these coloring also you can change it. So if you want a specific X bar, I mean a specific grid lines for X and Y, you can do that. For example, you can add title, you can add subtitle, footnote. For example, in footnote, I'm adding it. Example. So you can also do that. So you can give a inference update also as well. No special cause, and it's a good progress and all that. So thank you so much. I will come up with more and more explanations on how different data we can use it in upcoming sessions. Till then, thank you so much. Take good care. Have a good time.